Just a great story, and again, an example of our commitment to these mission-based organizations that are having an impact all over the world, certainly here locally in Boston. And just thrilled that Wills was able to join us. So I'm going to take you down a little bit of memory lane here. I think that everybody understands the multiple waves of computing that have taken place in our history and the history of technology, starting with the mainframe. Now, some of us actually go back to the mainframe. I'm not going to take a poll in the audience to determine those of you who've touched a mainframe or a 3270 terminal, so I will take a selfie poll. Yes, I unfortunately have worked with mainframes before in my history, so I will share all of you the pain of asking who's used them. And then obviously from the mainframe technology, we went over to client-server technology. That was kind of the second wave of computing. And now we have this incredible convergence of technologies. Started with cloud computing, right? Salesforce has been around for 15 years. We've been pushing. There's been incredible adoption in the industry, incredible adoption with our customers. And we have this incredible conversion of exploding technologies. Exploding technologies. We now have social technologies. We now have mobile technologies. We now have cloud technology. Perfect storm, all converging, causing us to rethink how we do our business, how we change business models, how do we take advantage of these technologies. These are disruptive factors, and we have 50 billion connected things. The convergence of social, mobile, cloud, connected device, this is a whole new world order. This is disruptive technology. It is an opportunity for everybody in this room, for everybody who conducts business, whether it's mission-based business or private sector business or public sector business. This is an opportunity to rethink business processes that have been in place for 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, that have been held back by legacy technology. Think about this, 50 billion connected things. What does that mean to your business? Do you have a mobile strategy? Have you thought about incorporating social and mobile and cloud technologies? What does it mean to your business model? How will that change your business? I can tell you, I don't think there is an industry or an organization on earth that is immune to the advance of these technologies. So if you haven't thought about these things, trust me when I tell you that your competition has. And we all of us need to seriously think about how we can leverage these technologies and these the convergence of these technologies and the advances and what this means to all of us. Because when you think about these connected items, behind everything is a customer. Everything is a customer. Between all these, behind every device is a customer. Behind every application is a customer. Behind every tweet is a customer. Behind everything is a customer. Think about GE aircraft engines. GE aircraft engines is leveraging social and mobile technologies in the cloud to collect characteristics about their aircraft engines so they can collaborate with their service engineers and their R&D organization by providing real-time characteristics. We're going to have Philips up here shortly, and they're going to spend some time talking about how social and mobile and cloud technologies have changed the way that they want to get to a close and personal, intimate relationship with their customers. Caterpillar, same kind of story as GE, having a close, intimate, personal relationship with their customers, getting to know their customers in entirely new ways as they think about how to sell to them, how to service them, how to market to them. This is all something that's incredibly interesting in terms of these disruptive business models, and the list goes on and on and on. And you know, this isn't just about these connected devices. We talk a lot about the Internet of Things. We've all heard the phrase Internet of Things. This isn't just about things. This is about customers. This is all about the Internet of Customers. It's about connecting with your customers in an entirely new way. And again, it gets back to the disruption of business models and taking advantage of these incredible, incredible technologies. So when you really think about this, these statistics are actually staggering. Okay, we have 4.5 billion aggregated users in social. So this is Twitter, this is Facebook, this is YouTube. We have that with the intersection of 5 billion smartphones by 2017. We have about 1.5 billion right now. And we're going to go to 5 billion. We have 58% faster deployment in the cloud, and the cloud is accelerating, and social is accelerating, and mobile is accelerating, and all these things together mean different business models. And when you look at the bottom right-hand side of the slide, you look at this and say, wow, in 2017, we will have 50 billion connected products, 1 trillion connected sensors, sensors on a GE aircraft engine, sensors on a Coca-Cola machine that knows exactly what type of drink you like and what mix, and you can post it to Facebook or tweet it so all your friends can take advantage of your interesting cocktail. This is a whole different world. And our job, all of our collective jobs, is really to say, how do we take advantage of this? Now, some people look at this slide and they say, why do they have a toothbrush up here? Like, what's going on with Salesforce? Like, why would they have a toothbrush up here? Okay, so this is a Philips toothbrush. How many people use an electric toothbrush? I know this is kind of a personal question, but it seems like most of you do. Okay. Well, I do. And what's interesting is Philips gets this. And again, we're going to hear from them in a minute. But what's interesting about this is that Philips has put a wireless device in their new toothbrush. Okay? Which is a little scary because this thing is in your mouth. But it's actually really cool technology. Right, Keith? And what's interesting about this is that as you're brushing, it actually captures the characteristic of how you're using that toothbrush. It knows how often you brush. It knows how long you brush. It knows if you're pressing up against your gums, because that's not a good thing. It knows about the rotation of the head. It knows about the length of the battery. It knows everything that it needs to know about how you use that toothbrush. I know this is very personal stuff, but it knows how you use that toothbrush. And what's interesting for Philips from a business model perspective is that before, you probably bought that toothbrush like I did from a CVS or a Walmart or someplace like that, or a Walgreens. And Philips probably didn't have that close personal, intimate relationship with you. They just know that you kind of bought the toothbrush, but they didn't know who you were. Well, now they know exactly who you are, and they can establish a very personalized relationship with you all around your toothbrush, which is very exciting. And they can actually improve the product. They can collaborate. They can get feedback. They can improve the product set. So this is a new way of a new model of business for a company like Philips, which is wildly innovative. We have a terrific partnership with these folks about how to take advantage of cloud and social and mobile and the explosion of these three coming together. It's very, very exciting. Now, the Internet of Customers, which is what we're all about, this is about creating a one-to-one experience. It is about getting to that one-to-one experience. I gave this simple example of Philips, but it is a connected experience because you want connected customers through many channels. You want connected products. You want to be able to connect through mobile technologies. You want to be able to connect through social technologies and the web. You want to be able to talk or communicate with your customers and with products via email. You want to be able to use the store. We all use the store. We all shop online. You want to be able to work within communities so that you can get best practices and collaborate with others in your special interest community. You want to be able to connect your employees. You want to be able to connect your partners. And that's what the Internet of Customers is all about. And it's very exciting. This is a whole different world. Again, if you haven't thought through how to apply social, mobile, and cloud technologies to your business, you're behind. And again, just like the toothbrush slide before, people look at this and say, what's that funny little thing between the web and the email? Well, that's a stadium. So think about this. Opening day is on Friday. And I'm assuming that you're all Red Sox fans. I know we have some people from New York here, but I'm going to assume for a minute that we're all going to the Red Sox game. And I can tell you that the Boston Red Sox in Major League Baseball, they probably don't know who you are. Unless you're a season ticket holder, they probably don't know who you are. And they probably don't know your preferences around, do you like to go to day games? Do you like to go to night games? Do you like to go to interleague play? Do you like to go see the Yankees? What kind of merchandise do you enjoy? Do you like Fenway Franks? Do you like the beer that they serve? Do you like a cup of legal clam? Whatever it is, they really don't know your personal preferences. But with these technologies, when you walk into that stadium with your smartphone, all of a sudden, they could know all your personal preferences. They could know that Big Papi is your favorite ball player, or maybe Pedroia is your favorite ball player. And you could be enjoying the game, and there'd be a push notification because they know that you love the Fenway Frank. And you know what? The Fenway Franks aren't selling that well today, so all of a sudden there's going to be a 2-for-1 special for the Fenway Franks. Or you could be seeing the Red Sox playing the Yankees, and interestingly enough, it's a tight-knit game, and usually they stop selling beer after the 7th inning. But because they know this thing's going to go to extra innings and they give you a push message that says, you know what, we're going to serve beer during Sweet Caroline, I guess in the 8th inning or whatever it is. But isn't this the way that you would want to use this technology to be able to push beer? So, or Fenway Franks, of course. So the point is that these are new ways of being able to capture information, capture characteristics, and applying a close, intimate relationship with you. And let's say during that Yankees game that it doesn't go to extra innings, but we go to the 9th inning and Big Papi hits a walk-off home run, and everybody's very excited because we're used to beating the Yankees around here. It's a long tradition, and we enjoy that. How about a round of applause for our Boston Red Sox? And so Big Papi, because he hits the home run and everybody's all excited, and you're walking home and you're walking past Twin Souvenir, and whoa, guess what? They're going to make you get a notification that says, we have a special on Big Papi shirts, 2 for $1, 50 cents, whatever it is. But they can push those things to you. And you get home and you're so excited, you're still on that high of the Boston Red Sox, and you decide to get on your Sony PlayStation. And you get on that Sony PlayStation and you say, you know what, I'm going to play a little MLB. For those of you who play MLB. Does everybody know what MLB is? Okay. So they're playing MLB and you're sitting there saying, you know what, because now Major League Baseball knows who you are and the Boston Red Sox know who you are, when you're playing that game, you can unlock an incredibly rich experience that you wouldn't have been able to get because you were some generic user. So the possibilities of this are really endless. I mean, this is kind of a simple example, but it is all about creating a one-to-one experience and getting that personal message, getting those personal characteristics about usage patterns to an end customer and establish that relationship with a company that has never been there before. And that is very, very exciting. And that is all about becoming a customer company. It's all about connecting to the Internet of Customers. It's connecting employees with their customers in how they sell, how they service, how they market, leveraging social and mobile technologies. It's about connecting employees with partners, because a partner could be a reseller or a partner could be a distributor. And it's very interesting because now there could be the highest degree of collaboration between you and your partners in servicing your end customer. It could be all about connected products. It could be the story of the GE aircraft engine, or it could be the Toyota car, or it could be the personalized experience that you have with Coca-Cola when you want to mix that drink. It could be all about the connected devices, not just your smartphones. Now, the smartphone, I don't think, listen, let's just admit this. The smartphone never is more than 10 feet away from all of us at all times, right? Am I right? Who is more than 10 feet from their smartphone right now? Who's looking at their smartphone right now? Put that smartphone away. Anyway, it's not just about the smartphones. It's things like the Fitbit. I have a Fitbit. I have one on, and it's capturing all sorts of characteristics. It knows how many steps I'm walking. Thanks to all of you this morning, I'll hit my 10,000 steps. I'll feel really good, and I'm going to go eat a cheeseburger after this. But it's amazing because the future of technology is such that something like this Fitbit, and it's here, is going to change the face of healthcare because it's going to capture everything about your health. It's going to monitor your glucose levels. It's going to monitor your heart rate. It's going to allow you to proactively manage your health. And by the way, that has implications for society. It has implications for healthcare providers and the business models in the healthcare industry. It's pretty cool and pretty exciting stuff. So there are a number of ways of technology here, and I keep coming back to this, that completely, with the advent of social, mobile, and cloud, completely change the way that we do things. Now, interestingly enough, we look at any industry. It doesn't matter to me what industry you're in. But if you look at any industry, they all have their challenges. They all have their issues around business models and changing the game and differentiation. And at Salesforce, we are currently putting a huge push on industries. We've formed an entire organization called the Industry Business Unit that focuses on industries and bringing extensive industry expertise to bear so that we can solve business problems. We will have a point of view. We will have a vision for your industry around the front office. We will have a vision for your industry around how you connect to your customer and become a connected customer company and leverage technologies around social and mobile and obviously our cloud solutions. And we're starting with 6 industries: financial services and healthcare, retail and consumer products, communications and media, the public sector, and automotive and manufacturing. And we're very, very excited about this initiative. It's been very impactful. We started it about 6 months ago with a gentleman who's here in the audience, Vivek Kundra, who actually used to be the CIO of the federal government, who will be talking about the industry session later on. And this has been very, very relevant for our customers so far because our customers, you, what we're hearing from you, the feedback that we're getting is that you want a point of view. You want us to be able to paint a vision. You want us to help you solve an industry-specific solution. And again, there isn't an industry or an organization on Earth that is immune to these disruptive technologies, and we have to come up with strategies that leverage those technologies for a whole variety of reasons. And when you think about, excuse me, when you think about some of these industries, let's just pick financial services. In fact, let's pick retail banking. Now, recently, we had a run on retail banks. We had a whole bunch of retail banks sign a bunch of business with us in the fourth quarter. And interestingly, when you think about a retail bank, some of them want to capture more customers, but some of them actually like to retain those customers more, right? Because capturing new customers is more expensive than keeping a customer. And being able to cross-sell and upsell into that install base. And it's kind of an interesting situation because it boils down to the 360-degree view of a customer. It's kind of a classic problem no matter what industry you're in. But if you're in a retail bank, for example, one of the things that you need to be thinking about is that what are the interaction points, what are the touch points with social and mobile technologies around the cloud that you have to deal with? Well, number one, you could walk in traditionally and you could talk to a teller. Or you may have a mobile app that's downloaded to your phone, or you may interact through an ATM, or you may go home and do your bill pay automatically online. There are many, many touch points. But what we want to find ourselves in a situation, as a retail bank would like to find themselves in a situation with, is to be able to say, listen, Mrs. Jones has $50,000 in their checking account. And you know, wouldn't it be great to say, that's an awful lot of money in a checking account. We should probably hook you up with one of our wealth advisors. And by the way, I noticed that you don't have a mortgage with us. You must have a mortgage with somebody else. But we have a great rate here, so maybe you ought to refinance with us. Or, I don't know, the rates are so low, you've been in that home for a very long time, excuse me, maybe this is an opportunity for you to take on an equity line and improve that home. Or, I'm sure you drive a car. Do you need a car loan? Maybe you need a new car. I don't know. Maybe you should get a Prius, or maybe you should get a green car, maybe you should get a Tesla. I think the potholes in Boston would absolutely destroy a Tesla, but why not get one anyway? So the point is that there are opportunities in an industry around retail banking where you can take the age-old problem of a 360-degree view of a customer and be able to use these social and mobile technologies to change a business model and build that close, intimate, personal relationship with the customer. And this is very exciting stuff.